All right, we are live. And I guess that means we're live on my channel, perhaps on Facebook here. And because this is my first time using
Yep.
this, I don't see anything, but this should be getting recorded anyway. So,
Yes.
Christy, thank you so much for joining me here. And you've been posting the most amazing artwork that
Yeah.
that you've already been inspired by for I don't know how many years, but more recently, and kind of what inspired this live stream is you've got artwork featuring myself, yours truly. And so please tell me and the world more.
Okay. Well, so I'm a Karuna Reiki master, so I can like do the energy scan from distant. So that's what I was doing for you this morning. And so when I do that, then I pick up on images of things, or whatever I pick up on, that's what I get. So
Mhm.
I was seeing quite a bit of stuff like with the praying mantis. Really, is what I was more tuned into with that. And I just drew. I don't know if you want me to show all the ones that I have
Yeah,
here that I drew,
please,
because I have
please.
quite a few, and then I did my own card like reading and stuff too. For
Mhm, mhm,
like uh, for our energy. Like maybe
mhm,
things that we work on together, like that
mhm.
too. So I'll just show a few of these, like the praying mantis here, and I
Awesome.
don't. There's a new the symbol here. I've always kind of searched for what the meaning is. I think it's like a ship or something like that. I don't
Have
know.
you have you seen the rocks that I've shown that are 10 to 12,000 years old from northern Mexico? And they have I might have let me grab one real quick. A couple.
No. Yeah, I haven't. I'll keep showing these so you can see, so everybody can kind of see some of the drawings that I did. So that would be that's uh, that's Brian, and then that's the praying mantis teacher, and we have a praying mantis teacher that I was seeing, that because we have a other incarnation where I was seeing we're almost like twins, twin brother and sister, or close like in age brother and sister, like at a martial arts, not the one that I talk about. This is like someplace else because it has like I don't know. It's a different place. It's a different place. It's like a
Is,
monastery or something. Like
and is this in a past life?
I don't know if it's. I think it's another reality, like it, because it's all like a lot of mantis, praying mantis, and that's what I see as the teachers is the praying mantis.
So
Yeah.
this might be like a multiversal thing, like
Hmm.
because we exist in a like we can be existing in multiple places at once, and so
Yeah.
we could have like
Right.
other soul embodiments in a
Right.
different place
Quantum
doing this.
realities in the multiverse of realities that what I mean. So it could be multiple realities that we have this in where we go to
Could,
train with mantis and or see mantis, but this is something that I was tuning into that's in your energy, you know what I mean, that came to my attention when I was doing your like sending you energy this morning. And then so this is like
yeah,
me.
yeah. Can you hold that up because there it is now? It's showing. Is that
Yeah.
the one that you're talking about?
Well,
Now,
I did
now
a few of them.
to interpret these symbols, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So
this
how
is it seems like it's basically the mantis is holding a scepter.
yeah, like the scepter, and then it's like a scepter or a wand, however, and he just uses it for um I don't know. What do you think he uses that for?
Well,
This
it looks like I mean the two people. It's like there's an infinity symbol linked between
yeah,
like their third eyes and their forehead. So it's
yeah,
like
that
they're
was
in,
me
we're
and you.
yeah. So we're in constant communication while the mantis is he's like larger than both of us put together. So it's almost like he's like teaching us and training us in various ways. And then you've got the different energies that each of us bring on either side, and then how they kind of like merge together into something else. And then there's
Yes.
like the title, I guess would be the middle bottom, and then maybe the name of the mantis being might
That's it.
be to the bottom next to him, and then that asterisk might be the fact that he's like transmitting to us.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Sometimes
Okay,
when I show you, then you see it and then say it. Oh, those.
let me
Oh,
let me see if I
okay.
can find like these symbols.
Yes. Yeah, those are like the Mayan, huh? The Mayan
Yes,
moon thing.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And these two rocks, they're magnetically attracted to each other.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah. So we see.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's really strange the way they interact. Yeah,
They,
you can feel them. You can feel them when they get close together.
yeah.
How
Wow.
they interact together.
That is so cool too.
Yeah,
Those symbols kind of resemble that, huh? Some of my drawings. Yeah.
a little bit. Yes, a
Mhm.
little bit. But then there's also maybe something a little
Oh
bit
yeah, I like
different.
that a lot. I draw them. I think I draw those types quite a bit. You'll see some
Really?
of my artwork like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll see quite
yeah.
a bit. And
Here's more here.
I did this. Oh, oh, I like that.
And then there's this being.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, yeah, he's like holding something like a floating snail thing. I don't know what that is. Look at that.
Is it like a What would that be if he's holding something? Because he's a snake. That's like a snake. Uh, that's like a snake. He's inside there like a.
Like a snail type shell.
I don't know. It means something though.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be significant if it's being held there, or maybe it because it's levitating. It might be like a sound. Might be a sound thing.
It's kind of blurry.
Yeah. Sorry about my webcam here.
No, see there. Uh, you have to. I can kind of see, but I need to see kind of like a little bit closer.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to take photos and send them to you. Share
Mm-hmm.
the screen sometime.
Probably. Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, Chrissy, because what you
Yeah.
were tuning into, it could be existing now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the now, like time doesn't exist,
Right.
right? So we could be theoretically somewhere else getting this training under this mantis being right
Yeah.
now as we speak.
Yeah. Definitely so. I mean, we're younger in age too, but it doesn't matter what age because we just a different reality, because we're
Hmm.
multidimensional. So we're gonna be another place, and we know met now, So I mean, some reality, I guess. Then, I mean, I know there's more than just that place that I've seen you,
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Okay.
with the Super Soldier, Alpha Squad and stuff too, like
So,
Super
so
Soldier.
okay, so I'd like to hear more about that because you're the first one who would have a clear memory of seeing
Mhm.
me in any
Yeah,
of these programs because most of the others they've only maybe thought they see me like on a planet called Centuriona 5 or Centuriona Epsilon.
oh, I don't know. I don't know the names of stuff. I just tune into images. You know what I mean? Like that in your energy and where I see your energy and find that what you match in, as far as like the like like I know I'll show you what I got for the cards here so you'll see because I got the
Okay.
like this is the card reading I did for both of our energies together when
Okay.
right before the live stream. So we know that we're doing this stuff. We're doing
Right.
the dumbs because we probably had to do this kind of work to be able to do it and expose it in this timeline. So we had to understand probably
It's
what
like
that was.
a karmic thing is to be able to expose it, we have to
Yeah,
experience it.
and we came like from our higher self came down so we could battle that underground, the Draco
Right.
reptilians in the
Alpha
dumbs and
Dracos.
underground and help rescue children and all that, So that's what we're
Hmm.
doing. Not like physically, but in other like in the secret space program, you're taken out of time, So you're you're taken out of time, and then you're doing that. So through the secret space program, then they would have abducted you when you was a little kid and then did all the programming for you, on you, and
Hmm.
then put you in different things, and then sent you to, do the regression, like age regression to where battle in underground, like you might have been like doing the child sex slavery stuff. I don't know, if that resonates or not, but
See, yeah. I mean, I'm always big on saving the children
yeah,
and
I
cleaning
think
out the
that
underground bases, but I
yeah,
never had like a visceral, really terrible. I guess I don't know. I mean, like, see, I have no memories of anything, of nothing. So to me, I'm just going by,
by what
if
people
anyone
say. Yeah. So
remembers me
then
somewhere.
Pleiadian. So we'd have like Pleiadian,
Hmm.
you know, other timelines or Pleiadian DNA or something like that, or we could have like a hybrid, Pleiadian, Lyran, like we could be that too. You know what I
Yeah, I mean,
mean?
the Pleiades are huge. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people they hear Pleiadian
Crystal
crystal children for
children.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep, a
And then
lot of
that's a
people they
big
hear
part.
Pleiadian and yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. I'm definitely onto that.
See, so we both are,
Yeah,
into exposing that. So I think that we feel strongly about it because we've experienced it. I mean,
quite possibly.
I, I can kind of I can see it as we talk, like that energy, but I can't
Hmm.
tell you exactly where it would be. But I'm sure that it would be because if it's for the SSP, then you do that automatically, because you're
Right.
little, like 5 years old or so when you're first taken into it, and that's what they do. They program, through sex trauma, doing things like that, so they
The
can
fracture.
mind, yeah. So you have to have that training at first and learn in psionics and just bring up like everything out of you and program all
Hmm.
the alters so then you can uh, become whatever they want you to be, but
Hmm.
they would have taken us like that, for because of our so like I come my um DNA or however and star ancestry, however, is the Lyran, Syrian, Octurian, and Pleiadian. So they
Okay.
would use those things that are like the superpower or supernatural, those things that I would carry within me. When I came to do the work to fight the battle, then they probably abducted me and then put me into the program. Not just an aspect of me or something like that. I don't know that part exactly, but I do know they took me at 5 years old and did the age regression to 20 and back, and then so they would have done that. They could just take you while you're sleeping and then return you right back, you know what I mean, with no time missing. And
Right. You just
aspect,
wake up and you don't know anything. Like you wake
right,
up with amnesia.
right, you don't even, they wipe your mind, so you don't even know that you are that anything. You just kind of maybe feel, I don't even know sometimes if you feel different or not, you know I have no
I
idea.
mean, I think I could say I felt pretty checked out as a youth, but I didn't have a horrible, terrible
Right. We didn't
young.
remember. Yeah. We had
Yeah.
normal childhood, like no trauma, just normal childhood. So when you try to understand it, then you say, well, I wasn't like abused as a child, or like I don't think nothing happened to me as a child. But then it's not. It's like you were taken out of that, like during sleep or anytime. Like when we're talking right now, they can stop time and take you and then put you back and then push play, again on the time.
Right.
So it can be any time like that. So you would have done that though um if you feel strongly about this child sex trafficking stuff. I would think you would know firsthand what it's like to be that,
Hmm.
because you know what I mean? Because some people
I mean,
don't think.
possibly, and this is the thing, Christy. Now, for me, is kind of like the perspective of like whether it was like in this life, a 20 year and back, or something horrible like that, like child abuse happened to me in
Yeah,
a previous lifetime.
yeah, yeah.
It's all an incarnation,
Right,
so it doesn't
right,
matter
right. It
really.
could be
So
any
sure, like
place.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I feel strongly about it. I don't know if I feel strongly about it because of this life in
Right,
particular, but I
right.
definitely do feel strongly about it.
Yeah,
Again,
right.
for
So
sure.
you just know that it could be in any kind of reality, like where we would have been experiencing something like that. So it could be like the praying mantis, or it's not that, but you know what I mean, like something in another place, I guess. So I'll just keep on because where I'm kind of going off. So the flying a craft in astral, of
Hmm.
course, you know that already, right? You have.
Well, I feel that I go someplace in my dreams.
Do
Okay.
you remember this, like the dolphin thing? Because I could find you in this experience to where we were dropped off in the middle of the ocean, and like through a helicopter would have dropped, we would have had to jump
Well,
in the
I remember you. I remember your interview where you're
yeah.
talking about that, but I don't
Did it
remember.
resonate?
I don't remember me being there per se. I just remember
Right.
that you did an interview about that. I have
Yeah.
had dreams about swimming and being underwater, but also full disclosure, I feel that maybe my third eye or my psychic abilities or something feels like it's being blocked. Because I
Mm,
don't feel like I really have super vivid dreams, much less lucid dreams or astral projection.
yeah. No, that that is like a program that's kind of current right now. It's like a covert operation that's occurring to where, because it's a team, like it's a team of us that would be looking for relics, like lost relics or ancient relics or something to for the grid work, or I don't know the exact, but I just remember being dropped up in the middle of the ocean and then being able to call in dolphins like
Okay.
psionic,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I can see you doing that. Mm-hmm.
I
The
could I could believe it now. Now, would this be currently, and then if it was for a program, what program, and then, or is
yeah,
this more of like an ET thing and not like a US based type program? I mean, a human based program.
it's like a super soldier, the super soldiers, so it's not. And I think that's what's called the Deep Six, but it's like that's the name of the mission or something. So,
Hmm.
um, then we're just recovering the lost relics of like underground bases and stuff like that, and or things like that. We're going to go look for like the base that I was talking about, but they changed the Stargate all the time to go to different places too. So
Hmm.
I would had gone to swim through the Stargate there with the dolphins, um, and then that base was empty. There was nothing left on that base. So we're always like looking for stuff. I think so. That's maybe I don't know what it's to do with exactly either. Like
Let me ask you: do you get a feeling that the programs where we're searching, the people that we're working for, did you get a benevolent feeling or do you get a negative agenda off of them? Service to self or service to other, Christy?
no, it's for the good because we're trying to help the grid, the
Good.
Earth grid and every ascension and do those kinds of things because these bases were the dark, the darker ET bases, and maybe they left or abandoned them, and we're maybe I don't I can't see exactly what all we're looking for because I go in there and I look and it's vacant. But I do see like going in different caverns and stuff too and getting like crystals and stuff too. So I'm not sure what we are uh, doing exactly with all of the things that we find, like where they're going
Well,
to go to. I
I
don't
mean, well,
know.
I mean, thinking about it, if we're talking about activating the Earth's crystal grid, and the darker or aligned forces for all this time have been manipulating and harvesting off those energies,
Yeah.
maybe we're going around to see what crystals are still there, and if they're there, cleansing them, right? Like whenever we get a new crystal, right, we're supposed to like put it in
Yeah.
salt, let it be in sunlight and moonlight, and then cleanse it with the intention or cleanse it and then program it with the
Right.
intention,
Right.
imagining you're inside of it, living the life you want to live with the crystal.
Yeah. Right.
And so maybe we're doing that on a larger scale with the Earth grid, and maybe you're showing up to empty places because maybe the baddies took away whatever
Whatever there
crystals there
was.
were.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because I think that we have like a some kind of radar to show us like all the locations of places to go look, like a map or something like that. So we go
Mhm.
and search and just to see if there is anything left of a base or something. And I think it could take us to all all different kinds of places. Though it seems like sometimes they're not underwater. We come out and it's not underwater always, or we swim up and we go in the base and it's not underwater. Because this base that I went to, we came in from underwater, but then out of it, and then the base is kind of maybe it's in a dome or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, like a diving bell. Like you kind
Yeah,
of go under the rim, and
yeah,
then you come up, and now you're in pressurized or
yeah,
air pressurized
yeah.
environment. How deep are we talking? These things are these
It's at the
really
bottom
deep,
of the
or
ocean. I don't know. We were at the very bottom of the ocean in a
just
suit.
like so in
You know.
suits?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We have suits on, and
And then
we're
if the dolphins, we're not so deep that the dolphins can't handle it, though.
and they take us to the Stargate, and then or Seagate, whatever it is, and then but they don't go through it. They just kind of wait on us to come back. Like we call them when we get back through it.
Because
They
they
don't
don't
go.
want to go through.
They don't because they don't match that frequency. We have the suits on them. We can, I guess, calibrate to that frequency or so. Or that's just what our
It might
suit.
not be good for them to go through that, but it's like
Yeah,
an ocean environment on the other side of that gate, or it might not be. Could be, or I
right.
guess it has to be to balance the pressure to stop it from the water on the other side from coming through the gate. Does that have to be equalized at all, or?
Well, like the Stargate is like kind of like a door or something. You just like it's not like it's like a there's not it doesn't matter. Like we go through that, and then if it open, you just walk through it. Like we go through it because we have the I guess the calibration or something. I don't know the coordinates or
I mean,
something.
but was the gate underwater? Like, do we
Hmm.
swim through it, and then we swim through it on this side, and then
Yeah,
we come out on, and the
yeah,
Stargate is underwater on both sides. So there's water on both sides
right.
going
This
in, and then you come
this one.
out.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
on this one, and because I think that there's other stargates that we would go to that's not underground, and that would be just on land too. But you just go through it, just like on Stargate, and you come out, and it can be a complete different reality. But we know what the
Hmm.
reality is because we already are ready for it. We've
Right.
already done all the research and stuff, but we're still looking for. Maybe the treasures in that base, or maybe there was something, but maybe somebody else came and took it. But because I think we would have remote viewed what these things before time, because and
Mm-hmm.
then gone and did the exercise.
Now,
So
relative to this timeline, like now, July 10th, 2023,
mhm.
when would you say like one of this last mission occurred relative to now?
Seems like it's like just current, like just a current. I don't know. It just seems current, like it's
Like when
not.
I like we could be being taken in our sleep and then run
Yeah,
missions and then just time travel, boop, drop back in.
I
And
think
they
it
don't
could
even have
be.
to take our physical body because they can take our mental consciousness through what Donald Marshall talks about as
A clone,
REM driven sleep conscious transfer.
like a clone of us, like a clone body of us that's a soldier, because they would have that already of us, so this would be to where we would be sleeping, and then they would do that in sleep time, and then they could take us however long they wanted to in sleep time and just return us back, so that wouldn't matter either with that,
But
so
what happens if like here I am sleeping, they take me, here we are now we're in clone bodies, we're in our suits, we're swimming around, and then back here, in northern Nevada, I get nudged awake by my wife or one of my dogs.
yeah.
Then do I snap out of my clone body, or how does that work?
No, you stay asleep. They if you're doing a mission or something, they make sure that 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 time kind of stops. So nothing like when you're sleeping, they take you out of time too. So you're not.
Okay,
It's not like somebody could come and wake you up, or you could wake up.
so they
You're
only need 5 seconds. They only need like a couple seconds
yeah,
even just to be able
and
to
then they
swap
put
me
you
in.
back. Yeah, they just put you back because yeah,
I
it's
see.
not like you're sleeping. So yeah, it's not like anybody could come and wake you up. No, it's not like that. So yeah, like it's like the Donald Marshall thing. You go to sleep, and then they can access your consciousness.
Now these computers are what kind of computing technology? Is this human? Is this alien? Is this quantum computing? Like how do they have computers so powerful they can monitor when we're ready to go into REM sleep and when we're not, and being able to suck us out and then drop us off or whatnot?
I'm sure they have like energetic implants and maybe implants that that are for the program that we're working on, like because it's not like if you even if you have an implant, this is something for probably for the good, so you would want those so they could keep track of when you're sleeping or but they I think they kind of could know too though, so just to, like like um sometimes it's a little bit confusing with trying to explain all of that sleep stuff because not everybody has the same sleep schedule or the daytime and nighttime sleep or something like that, so that's why I think that they can just reduce the time, like they do that.
Because if you have time manipulation, it doesn't matter when anyone's going to sleep because you can
Yeah,
just grab them whenever they're asleep and put them in the time that you want them.
yeah, so it's a little bit different, so and it is hard to completely understand all the details with that, because um I don't know. It's still a little bit difficult to explain everything with that with being accessing your consciousness to, but it is time travel, and people know more about it than I do with that. I'm just going off of what I've researched, so yeah.
Well, I was going to ask then, because this program, right? It sounds, as you say, quite benevolent. Let's say reactivating the Earth's crystal grid, and as
Hmm.
a lead up to the Earth, or as part of the Earth's ascension
Right.
process with humanity, right? Going from 3 to 4 to 5D density consciousness. But then, since that's obviously benevolent, the programs that from your interviews, Christy, and your own testimony, those and aren't benevolent. So was it there was a changeover somehow? And hey, we were assets earlier in these darker programs, but because we're assets, and now that maybe there's being a changing of the guard behind the scenes, if you will, now we get to be working with the positive programs. Is that what it works? How it works?
Well, I mean, like, I think that I'm finished with the SSP stuff, like that's over with that, with the SSP. But I don't know if you have to be finished with that because I do think they can access either way. And because they would have clones of you as well as this side. So they
Hmm.
can make you do whatever they want, like with the clone. So they can, program you to be any way, really. So even if you're doing like, I think you can be either on both. You can be doing both at the same time. I would think so, because would have clones of you, and be able to program that clone to do whatever they wanted,
So
Yeah.
then let's say those clones are existing concurrently with us as we're speaking right now, and I'm
Hmm.
sitting in northern Nevada, and let's say I've got a clone who's an asset somewhere on Mars, being told to hunt down some of the ant people on Mars, for example,
Hmm.
right? And that clone gets eaten up, horribly torn up by spiders on Mars,
Yeah.
right? I'm
Hmm.
hearing this is a scenario that
Right.
several people have reported on so far.
Yeah.
Do I, in this body now, at the same time that that's happening to a clone on Mars getting eaten up, do I feel anything? Do I have like acid indigestion? Do I just feel the urge to kill a spider, or there's no quantum entanglement that's going to be noticeable per se?
Yeah, I don't think that would be, I mean, I think if you're doing like the dream thing, like if they're taking you when you're sleeping and they like to do that, but a clone is like gonna be al- already like um like you could have like 10 clones of you. I think you can integrate them, but how would you know you integrated all of your clones? You know, you would never know that. I mean, you could say you did, but how would you really know that they're all gone? Like that.
Well, I
So
mean, this might be, is this like soul fragments? Like someone who can see, wow, I could see that you've got a bunch of soul fragments or soul
mhm,
shards that are out
yeah,
and about, not integrated with you right now, that's been even stolen from you. And I hear soul
yeah.
scalping is a thing.
I don't. You might be able to. I don't know if you would feel anything though. I don't think. there might be like a memory of that happening, like that might people get regressed and then they remember that because it's a piece of their clone. I'm not exactly sure, with if that's confusing to me. It's like so deep, that it's really um because it could be one person could say they do and then one person could say they don't, but then they might not even be remembering that they, so everybody, like you remember stuff and I don't. I mean, or you remember stuff
So
and
more like you remember stuff and I don't remember
yeah,
anything, much
yeah,
less you got the gift of artwork and inspiration there. And then
yeah,
also not happy memories,
yeah,
I understand. So, but
yeah,
me, I've no memories either way, good or bad, I, so
yeah,
I'm definitely, that's why I'm so interested in hearing this, because not only do I have no
yeah,
memories, I don't have any ability to say remote view or dream travel or astral project or consult the Akashic records. I do seem to have great health and a sense of danger and an
yeah.
ability to help heal people, but
Hmm.
no ability to see things, if you will.
Did you feel the energy when I was sending it? When I said to touch my hand, like the palms, like that. Yeah.
I believe
Did I
so.
get?
I believe I was getting imagery, but again, I never know how much of it is it, how much of it is in my head or how much
Yeah.
of it is really happening, right? So
Yeah, yeah, because I could see my heart was like beating fast when I was
yeah,
doing
got it
that
fast.
too, like
Yeah.
activation, and then I was seeing our energy like going like in a infinite thing, like
Uh-huh.
like that, so I could see that,
Right,
because we
right,
was sitting facing each other, so
right. And then yeah, then yeah.
I was seeing that a lot. So yeah, but so then I'll show you the rest of these. So we'll have then off-world colonies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be like in the probably the secret space program stuff too, And
Mm-hmm.
then I got like the strength for us because
Okay.
we have that the Pleiadian star family.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another confirmation. And
Mm-hmm.
then I don't know, I got quite a few petroglyph things. Do you?
Oh well. I mean, I've got here. You got these Mexican
Yeah,
petroglyphs right here. So
yeah, exactly. That's my son talking. If you hear back there.
oh, that's great. That's
Mhm.
awesome. Congratulations. Yep. So portals and so a being,
Yeah,
a UFO or saucer craft beaming down light, which is like okay, but what the three portals? It's like the being went there to that place specifically because those three portals were there together, or what do you get from that?
I think that those are open portals where they can access that location. Maybe there's a base or something under there.
Right, right. Because
I guess it could
having
go
so
through
many
kind of.
portals, having the three different portals so in such close proximity might make that a special connector nexus point, if you will.
Oh yeah, and then channeling your ancestors.
Mm.
Do you
Hmm.
have dragon ancestors and stuff like royalty like the dragon like your ET stuff, your the like that. Yeah. No.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we definitely get Palladians, right? And the different Palladian beings, they're not all blonde
Yeah, yeah.
haired and
Right.
blue eyed. Yeah, absolutely not. Yep.
And then here's another portal thing. The New Mexico, your Nevada area is a hotbed for that.
Yeah, high mountain desert.
Yeah. And the vortex in your home.
Mm, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Do you
Do
know
you
that
have
vortex?
Irish ancestry? Do you have that? Because I pulled this twice.
See, I don't know. I my so Brian was name of the first Irish king, but apparently he was a real a hole. And
Huh.
I love redheaded Irish gals, but I no one's ever accused me of being Irish, not even at the bar.
And so here's
Yeah,
Ceres
seriously,
space
it's called.
colony.
Hmm.
So that would be the SSP, And
Hmm.
Syrian, I think you have Syrian. I
Hmm.
can see that, like ocean stuff, like ocean, and then um, blue beings too. And then this is probably another reality.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Now that ritual magic, it doesn't have to be negative ritual magic. Do you
Right.
know if it's positive or
Right.
from that card? Do you have a sense of if it was more on the positive or negative side of things?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that.
I like magic stuff, so
Hmm. Yep,
because
yep,
I like doing the Wicca and stuff like that, like
yeah, yeah.
all the
Connecting to the energies.
and then right light codes.
Yep.
I don't know if you do that. Hey Hayden,
Oh,
psionic
nice.
powers.
Yep.
This is us.
So,
That's what I pulled for us.
so trying to unlock those psychic powers.
Yeah.
So what is that symbology there? What do you get from that, Christy? Or
What do you get?
how do you
What do
interpret
you
that
get
one?
from that?
So for the one thing, looks almost like an antenna transmitting upwards and maybe
Hmm.
receiving, and then the other one almost looks like petroglyphs of like the human form, like lying down with like universal shapes, and then the bottom right of like the circle and the thing, it's almost like again almost like a transmittal type thing again. So it's almost like transmitting and channeling higher universal energy.
Yeah. And then this is another one. Here's a petroglyph thing.
Yep, yep,
I got quite a bit of those. And then this is us for sure, the warrior.
yep. Okay, so that means warrior that in that
Oh,
language.
it like there's just some language for it though, like
Like if I saw that in your art, not where it says warrior, but the exact uh, hieroglyphics, if you will, underneath it, then I would know. Oh wow, she literally just said warrior right there.
yeah. If you said that, yeah.
Yeah,
And then here's another. This is for intuitive, sensitive, ima- what's it
yep,
say?
yeah.
Really?
Imaginative, radiant, communicate. I think it says telepathic,
Yeah,
healer, and Palladian energy.
yeah. So that's probably where we get our healing energies and stuff too. And
Yep.
insectoids, the
Hmm.
DNA that would be like psionic and stuff too, or psionic. Another petroglyph. So that's pretty strong, huh? Is that do
Yep.
you have those by you close to you? The petroglyphs? There's a
What the
spirit.
vibes?
The
That definitely spirit medium.
uh-huh. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
you. You
it's
have
almost
that
like a.
ability. I can see that.
What's like I kind of like feel dense, but I don't like again hear anything, but I'll get a knowing sometimes.
Yeah.
So maybe it's
Uh-huh.
a knowing,
Yep, I
you
can see
know.
that. I can see that. Like you go into a place um and then you just kind of walk around and something might touch you. You don't know for sure if it was, but you hear maybe something you don't know for sure because you don't know for sure, because you don't see it. You just hear it or feel something, or
Yeah, you
you
feel
might
it,
feel
right?
a rush, and maybe then you have
Yeah,
a scratch on you after you're like, how did I get that? I
right.
didn't even know. I didn't feel that. How did I get that? So, but spirit medium can be like that kind of, or they would be attracted to you because you're sensitive, in that way, you know,
Right.
alien
Ah,
child to where maybe
meaning like I might possibly have children somewhere out there scattered around the
yeah, like
galaxy.
a hybrid child or something, but or alien children too, like in other realities, alien children, or they're around you, however. So here's one too. You might like that one.
So that's yeah. So and that could be one of our my hybrid children, for example.
Yeah, or a friend or you, too.
Right.
An aspect of you or me,
Okay.
however.
Right. Right.
Elementals, so that's part of the magic too,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
using the elementals. And then Roswell, I pull this card quite a bit. It's pretty. Roswell crash
It's,
site.
I guess because
That's vibrant.
it changed our timeline so much, you
Hmm.
know.
And then UFO in the sky.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Do
6,
you see
7.
them
Yep.
there? You might. I don't know if you do or not.
I'm not sure if we do. I mean, I think we do.
There's
Orion
Orion
connection.
Wars,
Yep.
like the Orion
Well,
Wars and stuff, like
yes.
that.
Yep.
Hmm. I think so. And the hybrid children, there's the hybrid children card.
Awesome.
Yeah. So they would just be
And
coming to help, like do healing herbs, like that kind of stuff.
mm-hmm.
Psychic abilities. and I got that. So I don't know if you are married,
Yes. Yeah.
twin
I
flame.
am. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. And the code, some lots
Yeah.
of
No. Okay. Yeah. So it almost looks like computer schematics in that one,
yeah. I
and then
think
because it's got binary too.
yeah. I think some of us like the insectoid and mantid stuff, like that,
Hmm.
and galactic family with you.
Yep. Okay, like interconnected, showing the
Yeah,
different interconnected forms of life spread about. Jump gate
the jump gate
technology. Yep.
technology. Yeah, maybe we go through that to go to Mars to or Orion or any place. Here's your redheaded Irish.
Ah, yeah, there she is. That's interesting. Huh. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
then another. She's kind of shimmery.
Yeah. That almost looks like it could be you in that form.
Oh yeah, that's kind of cool, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you got really large eyes for a human, Christy.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yep.
flying. What's it say? Flying. Uh,
Flying a craft in the astral.
and then calling the dolphins. I got two of those cards for the dolphins. So I think so. That's all the cards that I drew for us on there. But I
Interesting.
think that Seagate thing definitely I can find you there. Your energy there at that doing that
Hmm.
ocean, dropping off in the ocean, and going through different portals to go find relics. Like you have there that you even have a treasure there that might have reminded you of something that you found, or you know what I mean, like that, or you just have a liking of that, of the of relics.
Well, because I in this incarnation, if you will, am unconscious of this, right? But I do love to, gather around like swords and
Yeah,
spears and armor and crystals and
you like
beautiful
looking at
things.
stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, and having it just in case things get rough in the near future.
Yeah.
You know,
What's your astrology sign?
I'm a Leo, August
Oh, okay.
15th,
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wondered what
and
you
then
were.
what are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Ah, okay,
Cancer.
nice.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
And then a year of the rabbit.
Oh, okay. I'm a dragon, a fire
Ah,
dragon. So, are you
nice.
75? 75
Yep.
then? Yeah, I'm 76. So, yeah.
Wow.
I
So we don't look our age at all.
uh-uh.
It's
I know.
awesome.
I was trying to figure out how old I was too. I was like, I think he's probably born in 1980 or something like that. I know.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
know. Yeah, probably just all the time travel stuff we do, I guess. I would hope so.
They age regress us and they back us up a little bit more, or what?
I don't know. I don't know, maybe, but it's maybe it's just because we're more aware of stuff too. Sometimes we don't feel like it. Sometimes we feel tired. I know I do. Like, but yeah, just I think
Well,
we
I feel like I get more sleep than most people, and that's definitely helped slow down the aging process.
hmm
Um, and then at the same time, I feel like maybe part of why we feel drained is because maybe when we're sleeping a lot of the time, we might be going other places and doing other things,
yeah,
and we
definitely.
might not be getting the rest that we should be getting.
Right, right, exactly. Because we're busy all night doing missions or whatever, and we're supposed to be mind wiped and then put back, but we still probably feel it. Like the body still feels tired, or the mind still feels tired. Maybe they didn't wipe it all the way, or good enough, or something too. Or you just feel
Well,
so.
as long as it's a good mission, as long as we're not like kidnapping kids or something, we're rescuing them. Fine. Oh no, we're tired. I guess I can live with that.
Right.
You know.
How are you? He had to go to the restroom, so to make sure he was fine. Yeah, and this
Hmm.
our incarnation too. My son, he's 18 now, but when he was 2, he was given the vaccinations, and so he's a vaccine injured. So he has
Yeah.
autism. Yeah. So it's I don't know how, if that was a target or if that was a lesson for me to make my mind be rearranged too, because you have to completely rearrange your thinking, um, to be able to understand the kids too. You have to be
Yeah.
more willing to open your mind and see things differently than what you've been brought up to see, and all that.
It's the exact opposite. We're not told that injecting our kids with the safe vaccines and all that is going to lead to vaccine injury. And
Yeah,
then they've done such a good job of covering it all up, even
yeah.
until today. My parents and both my brothers, they lined up and rolled up their sleeves 3 times a piece.
Oh
So
my goodness. Wow.
yeah, and I told them not to. I told them not to. I think now a lot of people regret that they did it, but
Yeah.
there's still a lot of people who are ignorant and
Yeah,
just
they
think
are.
it's okay and
Wow.
advocating it for children now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't definitely. And I have never had another after he was injured,
No
and I
way.
didn't even before it. I didn't see a reason to even be that way. Like I am not at all vaccination, nothing
Mhm.
vaccine. He hasn't been vaccinated ever since then.
Well, after he got injured as a child at 2, yeah,
Mhm.
don't
Yeah.
get any more.
No
You know,
way. I know already that that's what it was because I did like the genetic testing, for him. Like, went to the neurologist and they did the genetic testing just to see if it was his chromosomes, because so he has 23 chromosomes, so it's normal. It's not his genetics. And the neurologist said it's something exterior that happened, and I said, I know what it is. It's from the vaccinations when he was 2 because he got the MMR shot and the flu shot. That's what his pediatrician said that it was
you might
okay
have
to
got like
do.
a high dosage of thimerosal with
Yeah, all
the
kinds of
mercury in it.
poisoning. Yeah, and so he was slowly fading after that. Like,
Right.
um, yeah, and you could see it, and you knew already because you would say his name, and then he just didn't respond, anymore. So, like before, he was alert and looked around and all that, and then
Right.
yeah, they
Right.
just go within, like it's like something just puts them over, you know. It's like different. I don't know. It just is. It's I guess it's mercury toxin or something. And I
Yeah.
tried a lot of stuff. I tried doing the all kinds of stuff at first, and it just I think it latched on pretty good. To where because it's expensive too to keep a diet, and he didn't want to eat any of that stuff, the gluten free or whatever.
Right. Well, because does he have like wheat allergies as well?
I think you're not supposed to, like, that kind of causes a reaction in the gut, because it's like gut
Yeah.
brain
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Especially
So
with all the glyphosates and all
yeah,
the poisoning crap they add to
yeah,
it, to the wheat these
yeah,
days.
but that's what they want to eat, and that's all. I mean, it's a battle. It's a battle the whole time because you're like, you don't. I'm not a rich person to afford all this food to be able to see if he likes it and experiment to see if he likes these things. So
Do you
um,
guys eat meat?
yeah,
Well, I
definitely.
got I got some buddies who have meat packing companies here. I'm gonna send you guys some stuff as long as you like to cook.
Oh,
Grill up
really?
some Yeah, grill up some steaks. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
love.
you guys like seafood too?
Uh huh.
Oh,
Yes.
good, good. They got
Yeah.
good crab cakes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love all that food. Yeah, definitely. So, but yeah,
Cool, cool.
that's kind of what's happened with the vaccine and everything that you post is, I resonate with all the stuff you post, of
So
course.
that's how my previous account got banned.
Uh
Was
huh.
I was trying to warn everybody off, and this is back when a lot of the stuff that is not being fact checked anymore. Because what do you know? We were right.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Oh, those were lies that I was
Yeah.
posting." Sure, they
Right.
were.
Right,
Right.
because like when like in when Trump was the president, then I saw I was like, oh, all this stuff is coming to light, like this is good, and I was trying to get it, like, research everything I could, and then then so I researched everything I could and put it out there, and that's I just didn't want to keep on and on and on, like, so some stuff I'll repost, like the child stuff.
We tried. If
Yeah,
they didn't listen by now, and they already rolled up their sleeves and they got jabbed 3 times, it's a
Yeah.
little bit late for us.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like,
you
yeah.
know, so
Right.
now it's just trying to get the children not jabbed, and then the people who are interested in detoxing both physically and spiritually, well, we'll help them out and share the protocols and practices with them.
Yeah, and like if they did like stuff with, if they had like the Kundalini awakening or something, maybe that would blast all of that out. I don't know. Or they talk about like the med bed stuff, but I
See,
don't know exactly what will.
I'm hoping, but I'm hearing even the medbed stuff was tough because the medbeds are supposed to work off of your DNA to restore your physical body to what your DNA holographically is saying that you should be. But
Uh-huh.
if you've got reverse mRNA
Right.
technology, or that reverse transcribes, alters your DNA.
It does. Yeah.
Well,
It
now there's
rewrites it. Yeah, it
yeah,
rewrites it, so you don't even have the original DNA that you had before. Yeah.
right. So what's the computer going to work off of now? This messed up alien stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause I
DARPA.
think that they probably had like everybody who did that on their own computer now, like, 'cause they got probably a sample, or they, I guess they got the chips or something in their body or something like
Yes.
that,
Well, they have self-assembling nanotechnology, and I've
Yeah,
seen videos of this, and it's repeated by
me too.
scientists all over the world.
Yeah,
La Quinta Columna out of Spain has done a great job reporting on it.
yeah, yeah. I've watched all those too with the in the hydrogel and stuff, and they put the little
DARPA hydrogel.
things. Uh-huh.
Yes.
And the Carrie doctor lady, that blonde headed doctor,
Carrie
her.
Madej.
Yeah, I watched all of those too because
They tried to kill her. They tried to sabotage her airplane.
oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she had a plane crash.
Oh,
She's
I didn't know
okay,
that.
but she got hurt a little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
they tried to mess her up.
yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised, because she
Right.
was really. I don't know. Really see if she's talking now or not.
I
You know.
think so. She might be still on like the Stu Peters show and stuff. I think,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
I
she's
believe
probably
so.
talking about it when they were doing the vaccines.
Oh,
Like that.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
And then that way she could prevent it. But she did a good job, at teaching people with that. And there's other doctors there too that were really good with that. There's I guess she was, I forgot where she was from. If she's from like Africa, the Zimbabwe, that the doctor lady, I forgot her name, but I really liked her too. She was telling the truth about the vaccines. I think she's like from Uganda or something like that. That
Is
doctor,
she white or black?
the lady, black
What?
lady, a
She's
black
black.
lady. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know then because I remember. I
I
know
think
there's a
she's
really good.
Uganda or something,
Okay.
Zimbabwe, like that. But I don't think Haiti. I don't think she's Haitian. But anyway, she was really good too. There's a lot of good doctors that was teaching about that stuff. But but yeah, there's that, and what else was we gonna discuss? Any like gonna
Well.
talk about the disclosure thing because I
Oh
didn't
yes.
really know that much about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So basically, I'm taking it on myself as a volunteer organizer to help organize the full disclosure now movement. And there are other people pushing for what we call disclosure. I don't think there are as many people pushing for full disclosure. I'm going to get into that. Um, Basically, when I talk about disclosure, a lot of people are really interested in what I call the Buck Rogers stuff. Spaceships and anti-gravity and laser beams and time travel and med beds and energy,
hmm
right? But very few people want to talk about the full part, the Montauk Project, the MK Ultra, the trauma bonding, the self-destructive suicide programming, kidnapping people, military abductions,
hmm
adrenochrome, underground military bases, and the satanic ritual abuse, the pedophilia,
hmm
the allegiances with dark forces that no one should be dealing with, talking to,
Yeah,
and much less sacrificing children to, right?
right.
And all of that's happening. And so because of that full part, disclosure is never going to happen because they're so intricately tied together.
Yeah.
When people find out, well, where has those med beds been all this time? What has the other side been doing with all that secret space technology this whole time, right? And so my analysis personally is that, well, we're not going to get the med beds and the endless free energy and the space travel and anti-gravity and that Star Trek future unless we actually get to the full disclosure part.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's taking the testimonies of people, such as yourself who have memories. You've got the ability to do the artwork and at least visualize for people, and you've got corroborating testimony of other people who've like, yeah, I saw Christy there, and oh yeah, I saw Steven there and James over there,
Mm-hmm.
and you're all corroborating the exact same things, and then you've got remote viewers coming in corroborating your testimonies, whether it's a Farsight Institute or Jessica the Cryptid Huntress, mind you, and when you put all that together, that's what it's going to take to first get the truth out there, bust down the giggle factor, and people writing us off as crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and understanding that there's more than the 3D matrix, understanding that the U.S. government is not run by the U.S. government, nor is the government of other countries, and with that, when people finally realize the truth, okay, now they're going to know that there are med beds and there is anti-gravity technology to demand in the first place. It's not just something they threw up in a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Right.
And so that's what the full disclosure movement's about. And that's why testimonies such as yours and others are so crucial and vital.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not just one thing. It's the darker stuff too that has to come to light, like that, huh? Like all that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Because
and
people
they've
don't
got to
know
they
anything about
don't
all that. Like
they
some
they
people
don't
don't even know about it.
most people, the vast majority, and it's kind of a numbers game. It's kind of like 8 out of 10. Maybe it's getting down to 7 out of 10 now. More people are getting it, right?
Yeah.
But 7 out of 10 right now, automatically giggle factor. Oh, that's crazy. CGI. Oh, you ripped that out of a movie. Okay, and so that I feel is it's really holding us back, because if people don't even know to demand med beds and free energy in the first place, we're
Yeah.
never going to get it.
Right. Right. I mean, and then who's gonna get it? Like they probably are thinking, who's and how much is it gonna cost to even do that? And that's what. So that's kind of
Well, my understanding is that the powers that be, they don't want disclosure because their asses are going to get rounded up,
yeah.
whether Nuremberg 2.0 or some kind of world tribunal for justice. Number one, they don't want that.
Yeah.
Two, they don't want their slave economy driven by us to grind to a halt. Because when people find out that there's free energy and we could have a Star Trek future, we could be flying around the stars. Literally, we should have been by now.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to go to their job at Mickey D's
Yeah. Exactly. Gosh.
or Big R or
Yeah.
wherever, Subway?
Uh-huh.
They won't.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other thing is that those people in power, they wanted to keep all of this stuff for themselves.
Right.
So
Exactly.
the idea of a bunch of savages, us, the unwashed masses, getting access to med beds and flying saucers, that is not none of that. None of A, B, or C, 1, 2, or 3 is in the cards for what they want.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
in what we want, but it's sure not what they want.
Yeah. So what would it be? The Earth needs to go to a higher dimension then in
Well,
order to be able to access those higher dimensional like the crafts or
it's not it's not so much. It's part of, like, for us to even get access to any of this technology, we have to have the disclosure. And
Mhm.
then part of us, and I kind of feel like it's more like the earth isn't going to ascend until humanity knows enough of the truth, because how can we be vibrating at a higher frequency when we're living in a lie?
Yeah, right.
Like how high a frequency can we be living in the matrix,
Right.
right?
Exactly. Exactly. When it's just a controlled computer program and it just keeps on replaying over and over, how do you break the program?
Right.
How do you do that?
Well,
Like, is
the
that what
truth,
we're doing with the relics? Are we doing that kind of plug in the things with the relics to make the computer program stop to where we can go to a higher dimension? So Earth can
yeah.
go to
Well,
5D, or higher.
because from a spiritual standpoint, as above, so below.
Hmm.
So everything that happens to us down here in this physical plane is happening spiritually already. And then so people who are practicing ritual magic, whether it be for positive or negative reasons,
Yeah.
they're gonna be harnessing these crystal grids and implanting their energy and programming their what they want. And
Yeah.
so if you got all this negative energy because the world's been under the rule for how many 26,000 years, let's say, of the negative groupings, that means that they've had all that time to program all these grid structures. So I got dog fur all over my face,
Oh.
puppies. Um, to negatively program the grid structure of the Earth negatively, which presumably would then be sucking in energies and bad programming, not light language, dark language, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's important that on the one hand, just we get out the information and use the sword of the spirit and our words to get the truth out. And then we're probably also going on missions to help reprogram the earth grid
Yeah.
and free it.
Hmm.
First free it of the dark energy so that we can then cleanse it and then now allow the higher dimensional light
Yeah.
energy to come in.
Yeah, because maybe that base was cleaned out already, and then it could be, then something else could come in, and be a light source there, or something where once was, or I don't know how it. I don't know if they'll. I mean, how will they remove those bases? Do they? Do they? Do they just keep them there? The bases that have been abandoned, that were like the negative, underwater or something, like
Well,
the.
I'd say you got the negative bases where anything occupied by the baddies, anything they couldn't carry out, they probably destroyed. Because why would they leave anyone anything of value that
Right.
that they
I
they
wouldn't.
could
Yeah, I
right
wouldn't. Uh-huh.
right. And they're not going to leave us any gifts or presents,
No.
right? Okay, nothing to help us for sure. So there's that aspect. But then apparently there's supposed to be arcs and large crystal formations around the earth that the baddies probably didn't put there. They probably just hijacked or tried to use for their own purposes, like in the case of the crystals. And then in the case of a lot of these arcs that may have been put there by the cedar races, if some of his
Yeah.
testimony is to be believed. And I think so, because I think some of it has also been remote viewed and corroborated by those means. The baddies probably couldn't use the good space arcs because they're not of a high enough
Right.
frequency and they're not
They
of the
don't have
right
the
genetic.
DNA. I think that certain people can only activate those things. They have to have the DNA to
Right.
match that arc, or that whatever it is, in order to
Yes.
activate it. So I
Yes.
think that you're naturally drawn to those too as well. Like, that's probably why maybe you came here to do one of your things. Like, maybe not in this, like, but out of this reality, like
Hmm.
the super soldier thing, but it's more of a positive. It's not all the super soldiers is good, like rescuing children too, so like that as well, because I've seen that, like just stealing down into a cavern and rescuing children, and then putting them on like a lift, like a ET is taking them up into their ship to be healed, so.
Because a lot of these kids are in very bad shape.
Mhm.
Bad shape.
Yeah, really bad. Like, some of them aren't even alive anymore. Like they just been left in there. But we still take them all out. All of them, and then give
You got
them.
to try up there.
Yeah, we'd get them all of them.
Good.
All of them. Yeah, and I think I think that's what a lot of the Alpha Squad is doing too. Like, the Alpha Squad is what we was talking about, because it's more of, um, the super soldiers who have been, through all these programs in the past before, but now they're coming together to fight the negative or something. That's what I kind of, or out in space or here or however, but we work in kind of teams to do that. I
Because
think
we're
it's
finally
cool.
saying we're done with the old programs. We're not
Yeah,
going to do that anymore. We can take our powers and abilities and experience and skills and apply them for advancing humanity rather than
yeah.
enslaving us.
Yeah, because I think so. Because we was already abused, enough too. Because we would have already experienced that. But I think it might be, um, I guess it's those the soldiers that survived or broke free, or I don't know exactly either with that. Who I guess they would have been. I don't know exactly with that too.
Yeah,
Sometimes I
yeah. Like, how do we contact Alpha Squad here in these incarnations? How do I, as
No, you
Brian
just know
saying,
you are that. You just know you are on that. It's not like a group you join. It just is a knowing that you are on that. That you're on the team to fight the dark in a way, and you're in a
Mhm.
group like a team, and you work together. Like you kind of feel like you would know that already.
Well, I mean, I want that, and consciously in this incarnation, as I go about my
Yeah,
life, I try
yeah,
to do that. But as
yeah,
far as being drafted for missions in my sleep,
yeah.
or being used or abused as part of the 20 and back program,
Mhm.
you know, I
Yeah.
I'm open to that possibility, but I have no.
I
Um,
mean, you could ask a channeler, if you have like that. You could always do
I,
that.
I can and I will, and I most of them say that they well the ones people who've remote viewed me say they think that I've been a program asset in other timelines, but not this one. And then others say that um, it's quite possible that I'm being taken somewhere when I sleep, but who knows where. That's all I get. That's what I've gotten for the most part so far. I would say
Yeah,
when I ask.
yeah. But I mean, like, there's, I can give you some of the channelers that I've used, so
Please.
then that way you could contact them because they'll give you
Yes.
like the, the accurate information. Because he said that Jim Charles was one of them with the
I've got off of one of your
the
consultations with Jim.
yeah, yeah.
I've got one scheduled coming up.
Oh, good, good,
Yeah,
very good.
yeah,
You'll learn a
later
lot.
this month.
That's
He's
a
really good. He's
yeah,
really good. I
really,
can see
really.
that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can you can talk to, like, I talked to George Bush Senior and Aleister Crowley. Like I talked to
Did
them.
they express any remorse at all, or they're just still not that evolved spiritually, or what?
They said that they didn't show that part. Like when he was channeling George Bush Senior, he was coming across as like he was an old man, and I know he's not because I don't see him like that. So I think maybe it's his own way of how he sees him too. But he is channeling his energy, like that because he doesn't remember what he's saying either.
Right.
So, but I said so because I wasn't supposed to remember all of the stuff that he done, like in the what he was doing. I wasn't supposed to remember. I guess I did the Karuna Reiki, and that opened up my mind, to
Okay.
all of this. So that's what I think. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have memories of stuff, either.
So
Um,
it was a Reiki. You were doing like Reiki and
yeah,
yoga, and somehow that unlocked it for you. How long ago did that
it's
happen?
there's like Reiki 1, 2, and then Reiki Master, and then you do the Karuna is Karuna Reiki. It's just the next levels up. So it's the highest level of Reiki. So I think they call it like something fire or I forgot some. It's called a something fire, but Karuna Reiki is what my teacher, and I'm a practitioner. I don't go out and just do it, because it's just, I don't know. I send it more than go out and do it, because it seems like that's more beneficial is to do it.
You're able to do distance healing
Yeah,
and project.
right. and through my symbols and artwork too, that activates that energy through that work too as well, so but yeah, after that class, when she was doing giving me the last symbol, because one of them's like a fire symbol, it's like goes up and then up your spine, and that my whole body got like flushed hot, like I could feel that. So I think that was the Kundalini awakening during that time,
I hear that can be dangerous if it's not done properly, because
Yeah,
you're opening up that's a portal to a lot of energy. And so
yeah,
if you don't do it right, I hear it can be bad. So it's like
yeah,
sounds like with you it
yeah.
unlocked and really opened you up, and you were
I
balanced enough to really to
yeah,
handle it.
I think so. I think so. It's like a slow. It was a slow awakening because it didn't just happen. Like I just started researching things over time, and became interested in all these things that I wasn't before. Like researching new stuff that like I didn't really care about before. I don't know. It just kind of changed. It opened all the
How
doors.
long ago was that?
That was in 2012.
Okay.
That and so um, then I just started slowly learning about like I didn't even think of alien anything before, and it took
Well,
me.
when did your 20 and back start?
Then the Jim Charles, he said I was taken at age 5 in this life.
So like 1981.
So I was born in '76. Then so at age 5, and then um,
And then 20 years. So
yeah,
like that'd be like 1981 and then to 2001. But then you were brought back for another 20 and back.
yeah.
Then you were brought back for another 20 and back, right?
Right, he said, but in the next three, um, I was an adult already in the next three. I didn't need to be a kid again because they already had that program in me. So they just used me as an adult
You're
for that.
valuable. Yeah, now you're ready to go. So
Yeah,
now there's subsequent 20 and backs. And then
yeah,
the last 20 and back was only like a 10 and back or a 5
yeah.
and
He
back.
said a 5. He said just 5 years. And I don't know
And
where that was because he said he couldn't tell me. Some of it was top secret. He said it was like with alien stuff. I guess
okay.
he did. I was um, like, can you just tell me like anything? And he said it has to do with like technology. He just barely like he could usually get good stuff, and he couldn't even read that.
Right. If
Like,
he's blocked, that means it
yeah,
must be pretty important.
yeah. So I'm thinking it's something not positive. Maybe I think so. Because I have German ancestry and Native American, but I think they might have used that because George Bush Senior too.
Okay.
So I think it's to do with maybe the Dark Fleet or something. I'm
Right.
not sure exactly. I'm not sure.
So so then let's say if it's you've got these 20 and backs, but essentially from 1981 to 2001, now you're done, like you're kind of coming back into drop back into your 5-year-old body, 1981. Now you're living to 2001 in this incarnation, and then now you're going to 2012, and then now you're starting to remember stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
awakens up to, but I didn't know all that stuff then. I didn't know about the 20 and back or anything then. I
and
just
it
started,
takes
yeah, it takes a waking up and time to, um, like I knew I was started researching the super soldier stuff in George Bush Senior. Like I was when I heard of like Kathy O'Brien talk, and then I was like, there was like a trigger or something. I could not like I was like mind blown, when I was hearing that because I
See,
just
I listen to that stuff and I read about it, and it makes me
yeah,
want to fight against it. But there, I don't get a visceral like, oh, that happened to me feeling.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't know.
I didn't think it happened to me, but I started researching it like I was obsessed with it, and I thought, what am I obsessed with this for? Why am I wanting
And
so
and
bad
and,
to find this out? What am I
and all
finding
of that
out?
did that happen to you in your or me too as well for all for sake of argument did that happen to us in our this physical body, or like a clone, they clone us and then they do all that terrible, horrible stuff to us
Yeah,
in a clone body, or are they doing all that terrible, horrible stuff to us in
it's
this body?
It's clones because you know they just take like that and then they put you back and then they
But
have
it doesn't make it any less traumatizing.
right
It
because
doesn't
you
hurt
remember
any
it.
less bad.
Yeah, but like if you was out on the moon or something and then got ate by a spider, your clone, I don't know if you're gonna really remember it because it might be a different vibration too. So I don't know exactly if you're gonna remember every. You might have memories of being or be fearful of something and not know why, and then get a reading and saying you was eaten by a spider on there. Then you'll know. You know what I mean? But
Right, right.
so I think that has to, you know, so it's very, very complex, all these layers of us, you know, all these multiple layers of us trying to figure out who we are, like who wants to do all this work. This is a lot of work to have to do to figure out who you are, really. I can see why some people don't want to know. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I don't even want to
Some
know.
pretty traumatic memories for a lot of people. So, I mean, me personally, yeah, I don't know if I'd want to remember any of that stuff because, wow, great, I get my memories back and I get to remember, I'm sure, interesting things and amazing things. But then I'm also
Yeah,
going to remember horrible, traumatic stuff that nobody wants to remember.
yeah. And I guess I can look at it from an observer's perspective too, you know, because I don't like I'm some things I can feel still, like if you tell me about like mental institutions and people being hurt that way, you know, then I can feel that energy, even though I don't think that I was at that place, but I can just feel how they, because I'm empathetic, you know, like that. So, you know, I can feel that energy, but
And for me, philosophically, I'm of the mind of, hey, we've all lived past lives and we've all
yeah,
been abused and abusers, killers
right,
and killed,
right,
heroes and villains. So, with that philosophical mindset, I'd like to think, well, hey, even if I found out terrible stuff did happen to me in this life on any of these programs, that's a grain of salt I would take it with anyway.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
You know, and everybody has different ways that they heal their trauma too, and some people they don't get over the trauma because it's something deeper or something that they because some people are like, why don't you just get over it, you know, like some people are that cold-hearted about stuff and
they don't know. The people who
yeah,
say that don't understand because they haven't been
no,
through it. If they'd
yeah,
been through it, they'd understand. They wouldn't say
yeah,
that.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They've not. They haven't opened their mind to try to understand anything. If they just say something like that, you know. So, um, I mean, I don't think you should say that to anybody, really. You know, even if they're going through a divorce or something, you know, anything like, you know, that's just cold-hearted, really, to say something. So I don't know. I think people can be nicer to each other too. Then that would be a good way to help with the energy as well. You know, but a lot of
Well,
people, I think, is a lot online. Is a lot of just trolling happening. That
well,
just you know,
I want to speak to that, Chrissy, because it is a really important topic here. First of all, trolls, the 7 out of 10 or the 5 out of 10 where people are automatically be trolls, just block them. They're not even worth
yeah,
trying.
yeah,
It's really the people who are listening and they want to know, but they're not really sure.
hmm
That's who we have to speak to. And first, even before speaking to the people who are open to hearing what we have to say without just giggle factoring us, and changing the channel,
yeah,
it's getting the people who've experienced all this stuff and survived it, and getting them to not to first understand the truth and heal, and
yeah.
then be willing to work nicely together. Because it doesn't
Right,
help
exactly.
when different experiencers hate each other
I
and start
know.
tearing each other down and say, "Oh, they're not true." Like that.
Yeah,
That's part of where we're at right now in
I
the
know.
movement, if you
Yeah,
will.
yeah, I know, and it doesn't. I guess it's some maybe it's trauma that they went through that's triggering them to feel that way, that that person's making them feel like somebody that they're reminding them of
But they have
something that
gamma programming.
right,
Gamma programming I think so.
I don't.
And
I don't
omega
know.
programming.
It's like something that somebody went through, like, and then so what if they're being attacked by someone they don't like? Maybe that person is reminding them of somebody, like that. So
And then it can trigger an altar, and then an
yeah,
altar can lash out. And then the next thing you know, people are typing it to online. Oh, so and so doesn't talk to so and so threatened them, and it's like we got to get past that. And I think
yeah,
a lot of people in the community who really are earnest about justice and getting the truth out,
hmm,
they're starting to heal enough, and they're starting to grow enough that they can do that shadow work and
yeah.
push their ego aside. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it takes some new people to come in and help the older people to work through those things, because they maybe need a younger, um, no, younger viewpoint to help them or something. Something else, a different energy is needed to help their energy.
yeah, unstick them,
Huh?
to
Yeah.
unstick them because they're kind
Or
of stuck.
maybe a more caring person would come along and then show that they care or compassionate, and then that would slowly help them open up to where
Yeah,
they wouldn't open up before. They never talked about it before, but now since they can feel your compassion or you've experienced it too, then they can open up to you more and trust you more, like that. So it just is all different. I mean, you know I don't know. It, people are gonna be mean some days. I mean, we all have bad and good days, so it's it just is. I don't know if if the people who want to, like, we're trying to share our stories and stuff just to get it out of our body almost in a way too. So it's a lot of hurt and stuff coming up. But if you like, for me, I don't feel that though. I'm able to not feel that for some reason. I don't
well,
know
you're
what.
alchemizing it. You're alchemizing the pain and the darkness, and by processing it, by sharing it,
Yeah,
by putting it in the right perspective, by healing it, you're converting it into
yeah,
something that's not so just dark and terrible. And
yeah,
that alchemization process, that's why this is such an exciting time. People, I think, are doing that work, and then we're not getting whack-a-mole, and silenced, if you will, in
right,
all the various
right.
ways, and sabotage. It's still happening, but not no. I think in the background, while the people who would previously have been sabotaging us, I think a lot of them are being rounded up, and they're
Yeah,
busy trying to avoid justice.
and you know what too? We've done a lot of work, like battles and warrior work too. Like, we just don't care. We've seen it all too in those other realities, that we're bringing that energy here, and that power, that the strength that we have. Then we just don't care. Like, we're just gonna say it, and that's it. We don't care if you
Right.
don't like it. It is our truth. If it feels uncomfortable, it's still something that we see, though. I mean, you might not agree with it, it might not be your truth, but it's something that I've seen and I've experienced, and it is my truth. And if you don't agree with it, then that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. We don't have to battle. We don't need to battle about it.
But
Like, I don't think.
people, they're it's like the Agent Smith effect, because it's like, wait a second, if what Christy's saying is true,
Yeah,
then hold on now, and then it
yeah.
calls everything into doubt, and that's a big step for people to
Yeah,
take.
it's so just take it as like, this is my truth and you have your truth, and what you see and experience, it could be a different reality, and you might not have ever seen that. So even if you see that light's blue, you might be colorblind and you might not see any color at all. But
Right.
I'm saying it's blue, and then you're saying no, it ain't. It's I don't see no color. So, like, we all see different and experience different. So it's just, I mean, you don't have to say, you don't have to take everything that I say as your truth. Like, about all the things I talked about on Super Soldier Talk. Those were some topics that were. I know that we got a lot of trolls on the comments on those
Oh,
videos.
really?
Yeah.
Really? I see. I didn't.
So
I didn't notice that. I didn't.
yeah,
Well, we're always going to get trolls, but the more trolls we get, that also means that we're striking a chord.
Yeah,
Because they wouldn't bother trolling. Why would they be on Super Soldier Talk in the first place to troll if
yeah,
we didn't have an audience of people who are like, wait a second, and that's why really Tony Rodriguez getting the corroboration from the Farsight Institute independently, I think that is very powerful. So
hmm,
trolls can talk all they want, but
yeah,
fine. Now they have to deny remote viewing is a thing. They have to deny, all the black triangles that people have video recorded all over the
yeah.
world for the last 20
It's just
years.
small talk that they say. It's just little things, like that. So that
I don't
they,
bother.
yeah. I don't even comment on. I don't even interact. And some of them I don't even read at all because it's like a whole book.
Yeah, just ban
What in
him.
the world? This is
Right.
crazy. All this writing, and it just, you can feel it. I can feel it. I mean, I can feel it. When
Yeah.
it's not like if it's
It's
a different, it gives me kind of anxiety, and I feel that. Yeah, because before I noticed we didn't get as many as now when it was a more touchier subject, on the Super Soldier Talk. So, but me and Steve, we both seen it and experienced it in the Alpha Squad, and so you gotta say it. It has to come out. Like that's what it is. Something important because it did happen to James. Like that, in those things that needed to be that needed to be heard. And
well, the world needs to know. Yeah, the world right now thinks the world they can't even conceive of this stuff, the
yeah.
technology, much less the exploits and adventures and villainy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's like a movie, almost sometimes too, how they play out in the movie like that. So yeah, it kind of looked like that, and so I mean, it was that real to us. That that's how clear the vision is of that occurring, of saving all of us. Like wherever if you needed saved, we would come and save you, and then I would want to tell everybody if I seen it what we did, so people would know that happened to you, so they would know that that person was not always a nice person, even though some people thought they were, and you know what I mean. Like so, I don't know.
well, I mean, it's hard to judge people because I hear all sorts of things about people who, when they're up there in the programs and they're in their altars, they're not very
And
nice people.
yeah, and
But
we have different aspects of different
yeah,
clones and versions and that are programmed and all that too. So
so it's
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 not
hard
as
to judge anybody under
yeah,
those circumstances. I can't.
right. So don't like that's what I'm saying too with that. Like it is an aspect of that person that was doing that, but maybe he has a good aspect somewhere else too. So
Right.
what we saw wasn't though. So that's and I'm sure that they've run into like a dark witch, scarlet witch of me. Maybe I blasted them with laser beams, so something
Right.
like that. So you never know what.
So hopefully they don't take it too personally.
No, I mean you can't take any of this personally because it's in your mind of what your memories are. So you can't. There's nothing physically to prove that you did. You just feel it and see it in the person's energy. It's energy work and stuff too. And I mean, this is reasons why we're here to talk about all the dark that to expose it all. To bring it up and you know for whatever wherever like if the super soldier stuff, it seems to be a pretty all the time. I guess it's something a strong part of what I'm here for to do. The super soldier stuff because I know I'm a warrior in other places as well. So that's what I'm here to do. So just with the I know that I've done warrior stuff, but not probably for the good in other realities because we all need to experience everything, to
Right.
what is what, you know.
And then it gives us karma to clear.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it wouldn't be fun if it was all good all the time, and it wouldn't be fun if it was all bad all the time. That would, so it has to be kind of a balance.
Okay, almost off. Yeah.
So
Well,
I always
could, could,
fun. we're done. You think?
Yeah,
11,
let's wrap it, but we
yeah.
should definitely do another
11,
session.
11 right now.
What's
It's 11.
that?
It's 11:11 right now.
Oh, is it? Then that's a perfect time. That's
Yeah.
synchronicity. Well, then I want to thank you, Christy, and pray blessings and protection on all of us. In the name
Yeah,
of the
me
Lord
too. Yeah,
Christ.
essence, all protection and all of that, and help us all to find like our own, like the truth of who we are and memories and all of that too. That's what I would like.
Full
So
disclosure now.
yeah.
Amen. Thank
All
you,
right.
Christy.
Okay. Thank you.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.